Alright, day 3, bruh. Day 3. Come on, bro. Don't be a bitch. Alright, so listen, this is 46 minutes long. I'll probably, depending on how long the stories is, I'll probably do like 3 or 4. I ain't doing the whole 46 minutes though. You bugging.
When I was 21 years old, I would be home alone at my parents' house a lot. We lived on a little pond which was directly in our backyard. On the other side of the pond was a little town park. Our neighbors were a bit spaced out. It was a pretty upscale, expensive block compared to the rest of the town, so the properties were big. I'm fully moved out now, but this was back when I was in college. My parents make a lot of money, and we have multiple homes, so often I was home alone. It was a random night in the summertime. I was off from school, so I can't remember if it was the weekend or a weekday, but odds are since I was home, it was a random weekday. I was in the back sunroom watching a show. That was my favorite room in the house in the summer because it was the most cozy and had the best breeze with all the windows open. I was right on the corner of the couch closest to the corner window when I heard splashing from outside, like in the pond.
Dang.
Could have been a goose or duck. Sometimes they'd fight in the water and make a bunch of splashing sounds, so at first I ignored it, but as it persisted, I decided to lower the volume on the TV and listen. I put my ear up to the window even, and I heard consistent splashing sounds, way too heavy to be from a duck or goose. It sounded like they were splashes from a person.
Damn, bro, a crib like that in the summertime, imagine being smacked at some shit like that. Oh, hell nah, bro. You can have a crib,
I opened the door in
bro.
the sunroom.
You can have a
stepped
crib.
outside to the deck. I looked out to the pitch darkness of the backyard. I now heard a man's humming along with the splashes.
Oh, hell no.
Someone was definitely swimming in the water. They were trespassing. Each house on the pond owned a specific chunk of the pond.
Humming?
I stepped inside
Nigga
for a second
chilling.
to flick on the lights
He
to the
just
backyard
chilling in
deck.
my shit.
As I did this, just a bit of the pond was exposed, and the splashes and humming stopped. Whoever it was, the bit of the pond was exposed, and the splashes and humming stopped. Whoever it was clearly saw me. I wondered if it was one of the neighbors going for a swim or something, which also just seemed weird because no one really swam in the pond ever. But honestly, whether it was or wasn't a neighbor, I wasn't going to confront whoever it was. I stepped back inside and turned off the lights, of course locking the door as well. I texted my brother, who was away at college, about it. He didn't answer right away. I was trying not to creep.
Nigga, he in college, you know, with the biddies getting drunk, playing beer pong and shit. He ain't worried about your ass, bruh. Fuck. Alright, no more pausing. Let's get it.
He didn't answer right away. I was trying not to creep myself out over it, but watching TV after this was kind of hard. I couldn't focus on the show. I looked out the window, but all I could see outside was darkness. I still had the TV on in the background, not realizing how revealing the light from the TV would be outside. And then, I thought I heard something on the deck.
Oh, fuck.
I hurried to find the remote and turn off the TV, and as the room went black and silent, it took me a few seconds to adjust, and realize that there was the sound of someone's heavy breathing right outside one of the many windows in the room. I instantly laid down flat on the couch to try and hide myself, and after a short moment of silence, a deep voice from outside the window said, "I see you." My heart dropped into my stomach.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't decide in the moment whether to speak or keep hiding, so I just blurted out, "Paul, is that you?" Paul was the name of one of our neighbors. I said this, clinging on to the hope that maybe it was him, and he was just messing with me. But the man outside didn't respond to this. I just heard footsteps.
First off, any type of I don't want that type of comfortability with my neighbor, to where they think they could just pull some shit like that, swimming in the pond and shit, talking about some "I see you." Nigga, hell no, I ain't having that type of, hell no, bro. You tripping, bro.
Walking.
And if that just so happened to be my neighbor, you get, you know, alright, bro.
Stone Cold
Stunner, bro.
Still laid
What's the Rock's move? What's the Rock's move where he goes like, the rock bottom, all that shit, bro.
As the barefoot sounding footsteps faded to silence, I still laid flat on the couch, too afraid to move. I laid for a few minutes, before the thought to go check that all the doors were locked came to mind. I exploded off the couch and ran straight for the front door.
Just chill.
It was locked, as
Aight,
was the
good
side
shit.
entrance door. After a little while longer and texting my entire family about what was going on, my dad told me to turn the backyard lights on and check if anyone was still out there. He basically told me to be the man of the house and protect it. So I...
Whoa. You see, I wasn't really paying attention in the beginning. Did they say, like, age or anything? Fuck you mean be the man of the house, bro? Where the pistol at? Where the pistol? A big-ass house like that, you see? And that's why, bro, I'm a fucking paranoid motherfucker. I don't really fuck with big houses and shit. For this reason right here, I'ma think some shit. All these doors and shit that I gotta lock, you better tell me where the pistol at, Dad. Tell me the combination to the safe or something. Come on.
listened and checked the back deck through the window.
Fuck.
It was clear. I brought a big knife outside with me onto the deck, and I looked down. There were wet footprints that had half dried by then, but I could tell that they were barefoot footprints. I followed the trail of footprints around to the side part of the deck, and what I saw was nightmare fuel.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? I told y'all in my first day one, you see now this nigga looking at me. I told y'all day one, don't do that shit, bro. I hate pop-ups like that, bro. I hate that shit. Come on. Then I'm a bitch if I was to go trying to peek through the video and shit. Come on. Fuck. See, this be the type of shit that be having me fogged, bro. But it's alright, bro. Let's get it, bro. What the fuck,
but
bro?
I could tell that they were barefoot footprints.
I'm over here thinking it's just sound effects and
around
shit,
to the side
bro.
part of the deck, and what I saw was nightmare fuel. The top part of someone's head, namely their eyes and forehead, was peering just over the edge of the deck from the ground below, looking at me as if he heard me coming and was waiting. As we made eye contact, he turned away.
I ain't
By
making
now,
eye
I was ready
contact
to
with
call
that shit, bro.
911.
Listen, my last video I said the reason as to why I don't be liking these scary videos is because I be thinking these ghost videos and shit gonna attach to me, bro. I don't want these shits. Bro, I'm feeling something right now, bro. Chill out, bro. Come on.
I did so before even telling my parents. I locked myself inside.
Now you
waiting for
bugging.
them.
Now I'm
When
gonna
they
look
came,
through this shit,
I
bro.
felt instantly better. They asked if our family had any enemies or people who don't like us, or if we have any problem neighbors. Questions like this. They did do a quick sweep of the property and then left. I decided to shut every window that night and run the air conditioning just for added safety. When I awoke the next morning, I was just delighted to see sunlight. I don't believe that man ever returned to our house, and we still don't know who it could have been.
Yo.
I have a dog who I take for a walk 3 times a day.
Always the
First
fucking
in the morning,
dogs, bro.
then in
It's
the
always the
afternoon,
dogs.
and finally at night. I take him on the same route every time,
Damn,
which is
bro,
through
that
our
shit really
driveway
got
exit,
me.
which leads to a cul-de-sac parking lot for the condominium complex we live in. This will make sense soon as to why I'm telling you this. On the night walk, I always go somewhat late. I'm not sure why, but it's been a habit ever since I've had him, and it's never been a problem for us.
Okay.
Until one night, I begin our final walk of the day and go our usual route.
Until one day, you feel, yo, and this is why when I be going to work and shit, I be telling myself, bro, don't take the same route. Don't take the same route. Just go a different route, because it's like, motherfucker, you take the same route. This is my paranoid brain, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You take the same route, motherfuckers gonna start to notice you. They gonna start to know that you, alright, this is the motherfucker. He always takes this route. Motherfuckers gonna start memorizing shit. Alright, bro. You see, this is...
I have a flashlight with me as there are no lights at the parking lot, and I'm listening to music with only one AirPod as I feel it would be for the best just in case I heard something unusual. And I did. As I'm approaching the parking lot, I was hearing something. A voice of some kind that was up ahead of me, but I was completely zoned out in my own world of music as it was happening.
What you listening
Then
to,
my
bro?
mind finally
You see a
caught up,
moment like
and
this?
I stopped. I took
I'ma
the
stop
AirPod out
pausing.
and stood still to listen, just to see if I was only hearing things. And then it happened again.
Oh my
a voice
God,
that
bro.
spoke ahead of me,
Come on.
but I couldn't see anyone. So I did the stupid thing and continued to carefully walk forward because I thought it was all in my head.
Come on.
Something didn't feel right about it. I stopped again after a few...
bro. Come on.
2 feet, right next to where all of the cars were parked.
You see moments like this, I just chill. Let me stall for a little bit, bro. Yo, y'all don't know how the fuck I'm feeling right now. I ain't good with shit like this. Moments like this, bro, I'm playing some fucking NBA Youngboy or something, bro. Something that'll get me in that fucking, you know? Come on. Fuck, bro. Some shit where he's yelling too, like going crazy. Not that love shit, not that auto-tune shit.
And I had my flashlight pointed everywhere in front of me. I stayed listening, and the creepiest thing that has ever happened to me yet was hearing a muffled voice of what sounded like a kid say the word help. My heart dropped so fast I couldn't move my legs. I frantically pointed my flashlight everywhere to see where it was coming from. I was sure it was coming from the cars, but I was completely thrown off by this. But there wasn't a kid in sight, or anyone nearby.
Whoa. Actual photo.
It was just me and my dog, who didn't seem to notice anything as he was just sniffing some bushes nearby. And then I heard it again. The word help was spoken 3 more times, and it was coming from my left side where the cars were parked. It made me panic even more. I didn't know what to think of it, and I knew I wasn't imagining this when I saw my dog's ears perked up, and he was looking in the same direction I was facing after it happened. And that's when it hit me about how incredibly eerie all of this was. After hearing it multiple times, I realized the kid's voice didn't sound entirely like a kid. I don't know how to explain it.
Benjamin Buttons, bro. Benjamin Buttons!
At the same time. And each time they called for help, not only was the voice always muffled, but it was spoken in a more generic statement as opposed to a cry for actual help every time. And I mean that literally. There was absolutely no change in the tone, inflection, sound, or anything of sorts. My dog and I ran straight home afterwards, and I tried to explain to my mom what happened. She was puzzled herself about what it could have been, and I suggested we call the cops on the off chance that there was actually someone in need of help, but she didn't think it was necessary. So many questions were conjuring up in my head. Why was the voice muffled? Was there someone in the car that I couldn't see? Or was it something darker waiting for me to move closer? I don't like to think too much about it, but whatever it was, it still makes me feel extremely disturbed to this day. This picture is where I had stopped and taken my AirPods out to listen, and I heard it up ahead on the left. This is where I had gotten closer and heard it on my left side. I'm aware that there's a condo complex on the right side.
Nah. This shit really got me looking bad, bro. It got me looking bad talking about the dog is running. Nigga, the dog don't know what the fuck is going on. You know dogs run when you run. Alright, come on, bro. Let's get it, bro. What the fuck? Alright, no. Come on, bro. Nah, you tripping, bro.
May think the noise was coming from, but it was in this direction facing the cars where my dog and I heard it. And you could see from this point of view, there's nothing to really indicate a noise coming from somewhere else. Also, at the time this happened, the cars that were parked were trucks and SUV types, so they were a lot larger and covering more space, thus making it harder to see from where I was standing. I never figured this out.
That was alright, bro. We on story number 3. Damn, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fucking with this. Keep this shit going, bro. Keep them stories just like that. Don't be doing them pop-up shits, bro.
What I'm about to tell you is the reason why my parents moved out of a house that was in the family for 3 generations. I've struggled with depression most of my life. It's hard for me to shake the feeling of being useless. I'm doing much better now, but when I was a kid, it was horrible. Because of that, I spent a lot of time alone in my room. My house was nestled in a very woodsy area. There were trees on 3 sides of it and a forest separating it from any neighbors. My room was pretty big for a bedroom. It was in the back corner of the house.
Bro. You know what's crazy? I've always told myself that I would want to live like in the middle of the woods type shit, like in a cabin type shit, a valley cabin. But it's like, come on, bruh.
So the windows on 2 walls faced the woods. It was honestly pretty scary for a kid my age. It didn't help that I was also scared of the dark. Things started happening when I was around 10 or so.
You scared of the dark?
I was in the 5th grade, and I was at the age where it wasn't acceptable to sleep in my parents' bed after a nightmare.
What?
Things started happening when I was around 10 or so. I was in the 5th grade, and I was at the age where it wasn't acceptable to sleep in my parents' bed after a nightmare.
At 10, you can't sleep in your mom's bed, bro? What? 10? You's a fucking baby, bruh.
But I was still accused of having an active imagination. The first thing I noticed was my nightlight. It had different color settings, so if I wanted, I could change the LED around. I liked keeping it on red, which is what I fell asleep to most nights. One night, though, I woke up randomly in the middle of the night, which was unusual for me. I was really tired and fell back asleep in under a minute, but before I did, I noticed that my nightlight was a different color than the red I always left on.
God,
I didn't think much of it until about a week later. One morning, but before I did, I noticed that my nightlight was a different color than the red I always left on. I didn't think much of it until about a week later.
A week? You ain't noticed your light was a different color than what it usually is, bro. My LED lights is always on the on the bluish / purple. If one day I come and I turn and you know, when that shit is on fucking orange or some shit, I definitely ain't do that. Cause when I turn it off, it saves on this color. Come on, bro, you tripping,
One morning,
bro. Motherfuckers don't be aware enough,
my nightlight was once again not set to red like it always was. I asked my parents why they were messing with my nightlight, but they were confused and told me they didn't know what I was talking about. I explained what had happened to them, and they told me that the thing had always been glitchy. They knew best, so I accepted that answer for a while.
They knew best.
At least until one morning, after waking up to see my nightlight unplugged completely. It was just sitting there on the floor. Once again, my parents dismissed my concern and told me my brain should be focused on school. My dad said I was getting too old for a nightlight anyway. A few days later, my nightlight was missing completely. It had seemingly evaporated out of existence. Now I knew my parents were lying to me. They probably thought I should have outgrown the nightlight by then and took matters into their own hands. This incident caused a massive fight between them and I, since both of us accused the other of hiding it, and neither of us was budging. I couldn't believe my parents would blatantly lie to me about something like this, but there was nothing I could do. After that, things went back to normal for a week. That didn't last long, though. 3 nights in a row, I woke up randomly in the middle of the night. Each time, I had no idea what was waking me up.
Oh my god, bro. Just chill, bro. What story is this? Number 3?
After it happened a 4th time in a row, I told my parents. They told me that I was going through puberty, and that changes to my body are natural.
What?
The next time it happened, I
fuck.
stayed awake instead of falling back asleep. A few minutes after I woke up, I heard faint rustling noises from my closet.
Oh, hell no. I already know this one gonna have a scary pop-up, bro. I already know. I just feel it, bro. I just feel it. Just chill.
My parents didn't believe me. My dad even checked my closet, and there was nothing in there besides old toys and posters. The next 4 days remained the most traumatizing nights I've ever experienced
Oh, fuck.
in my life.
What the fuck?
I'd been woken up only to hear rustling in my
I stay stressing in these videos, bro. I stay stressing.
closet.
Why the fuck would I do this, bro? How many more days left? I don't fucking know. What's 31 minus 3? I failed math, bro. I failed math. Strongest subject is English. Is that a face up there, or am I tripping?
I couldn't take it anymore. I begged my parents to believe me, and my dad got angry. He dragged me to my closet to prove there was nothing in there.
Hell no.
He started throwing toys around my room, clearing the closet bit by bit, yelling at me the whole time. That is, until he pulled one of the posters off the wall. My mother and father stared in horror at the massive hole in the wall the posters had concealed. My mom started screaming, and my dad pulled out a flashlight. The hole was way too deep to see where it led, so my dad ran outside and began inspecting the outside of the house. There was a tiny hole in the dirt at the base of the house, and a little digging revealed that it was more than a divot. There was literally a passageway from the woods to my room. My mom and I were out of the house that night to my aunt's house. We moved out shortly after this. I stayed at my aunt's house.
Puberty, huh?
I don't like thinking about this experience, but I'm gonna have to face it eventually. My parents also refused to talk about this incident, and I think it's partly because they feel some blame for not taking me seriously. It's chilling to think that there was a stranger in my room every night for over a month. I have no idea what they wanted,
That's
and
wild.
will probably never know. If your kids come to you with something that sounds abnormal, believe them.
Story number 4. Whoa, how long we in? 20 minutes, bro? Last one, bro. Last one. I don't care, bro.
My name is Leo. To be completely honest with you, I'm a little lost in life right now. I won't get into it too much, but all you need to know is that my family situation is horrible, and for the past 3 years, I've tried to stay as far away from home as possible. My close friends from high school have been changing in ways I don't like, and I feel like my hometown has nothing to offer me anymore. I'm about to be a senior in college, and to be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with my life after that. Enough with the sob story, though. I was in Berlin last year for whatever reason, probably searching for a sense of place or trying to find a direction in life. I remember the name of the bar I was in, Reduya. I was there alone, nothing I'm not used to. I was getting ready to leave when I felt around my pocket and realized my apartment keys were missing.
Damn.
Just my luck. I stumbled out of the bar and began walking toward my apartment anyway. The whole thing was locked up. There was no way I was getting in there, and it was way too late at night to get a replacement set. I'm not sure what most people would do in a situation like this, but my first thought was to start looking for a place to sleep.
They could break
As if
in.
my luck wasn't bad enough.
Go
it
through the
started
window,
raining.
something.
Eventually, I decided to sleep
escape.
under a nearby bridge. I didn't even know where I was.
What?
Eventually, I decided to sleep under a nearby bridge.
Bro, I promise you, if I lose the keys to my apartment, what am I doing? Nigga, I'm gonna make an attempt to do something, bro. What?
I didn't even know where I was, but I was out of the rain and safe, so I was happy. As I was drifting off, I began picking up on some faint voices coming from across the river. I sat back up and saw what looked like 5 men standing on the opposite side of the river, along with a little boat that was tied off.
Alright, well, you see, this story right here, this is just stupid, bro. This is just stupid. He went in, what the fuck?
They didn't seem to notice me. It took me less than a minute
This
to
ain't like
realize
no
what I was
house
watching.
shit.
There was an honest-to-God drug dealer or something going down right in front of me.
Hell yeah.
My German isn't great, so I wasn't really able to make out what they were saying. But several briefcases and duffel bags were exchanging hands, so I filled in the blanks myself. I thought
That's
about
Ghost
finding a
and
new
Tommy,
spot,
bruh.
but I didn't want to draw attention to myself by moving. I
Franklin,
figured I'd just wait for this to be
Leon.
over, then leave. All of a sudden, one of the men yelled something aggressively in German
fuck.
and pointed a gun at one of the other men. There was a brief moment of silence before the other guy put his hands up and began talking really quickly. It looked like he was being set up.
This ain't so bad.
The other men stripped the man at gunpoint of his clothing and started confiscating his belongings. I didn't feel safe there anymore and got up slowly to move. As I did, I heard one of the men shout what roughly translates to, "There's someone there." I started running, not even turning to look at them. They shouted more things at me, but the only words I was able to understand were, "Don't shoot." I ran until I threw up and nearly passed out due to understand were, "Don't shoot." I ran until I threw up and nearly
What the fuck? Nigga said I ran until I threw up. What the
passed
fuck?
out due to drunken exhaustion. There was no way they'd be able to catch me, but they could have easily killed me. Sometimes I still think about how I could have lost my life that night if those men had decided to fire at me. Sometimes I feel like I'm fated to run forever.
That's it? One more? Alright, fuck it, bro.
It was a normal
Oh,
Friday
hell no,
afternoon
this a
at my
hospital?
I was walking down a hallway with my friend Emma as she talked about God knows what. I was just trying to get through the day because I honestly had a lot to deal with at home as well as at school, being that my foster parents weren't the nicest people, to say the least. As we walked past the lunchroom, I suddenly had to use the bathroom. I asked Emma if she had to go. She said no and that she would wait outside for me. I went into the bathroom and immediately noticed no one else was in there. I thought to myself, that was weird, because out of the multiple bathrooms in the school, this one was always packed at any given time. I shrugged it off and went into a stall, and a few seconds after getting in the stall and sitting down, I heard the bathroom entrance door open and shut abruptly, and someone entering the bathroom, but I didn't hear them move after entering. I didn't think anything of this. It wasn't really anything out of the ordinary. Maybe it was someone hiding from an admin. I went about my business. I stood up to button my jeans and read the writing on the bathroom wall. There was a bunch of random quotes and rants about teachers. Then I heard the door open again, and I assumed whoever was in here had left. I came out of the stall, and as I left the bathroom, Emma was looking at me with a weird face, almost like a "what the hell did I just see" face. I asked her what was up, and she asked me, "Who was that standing right behind you in the bathroom stall?"
The fuck?
I got chills. I told her no one was in the
Yo,
stall.
it's the music, bro. It's the fucking music. You see, I don't trust shit, bro. I don't.
She told me she actually came in seconds before I came out because she realized she did need to go. But then she saw someone else in the stall, standing with their shoes touching the back of mine.
Hell no.
That's how close they were behind me in the stall. And she said she left immediately, not wanting to witness whatever was going on. I reiterated again I was the only one in the stall. However, I had heard someone come in, but I never heard them use the bathroom, and I had assumed they were hiding from an admin. That's when she told me no one went near the door until she came in seconds before I came out. I didn't believe in the paranormal, but this made my stomach sink. I found an admin and told her about it, and she pretty much tried to assure me that it didn't happen, that Emma was probably just messing with me. But Emma was never one to take things seriously or be serious in general, so when she looked me in the eyes with a serious face and told me word for word what she saw, I felt like it actually happened, and something really was in there with me, along with the fact that I heard the bathroom door open and close twice. I'm 18 now, and I haven't forgotten it since.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we should stop right there. Because this is just like, bro. I'm not gonna lie. These wasn't bad, though. Listen, it's 30 days of this shit. 30, 31 days. Every day ain't gonna be every. And I'm picking random videos, too, I promise you. Listen, days like this, where it ain't nothing crazy, lucky for me, bro. Real shit. Lucky for me. Cause it's like, oh, come on, bro. I ain't good at shit like this, bro. I don't fuck with shit like this. I don't fuck with scary movies. I don't fuck with nothing scary. The only thing I like about October is the fall. All that scary shit, cause you know the fall, winter, that's like my favorite times of the year, bro. That's my favorite weather. That's my favorite seasons and shit. But all that scary shit, hell no, bro. You bugging. That's the end of this video right here. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you want to see me react to next. Follow me on IG. The links is down below in the description. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, bro. I'm going to holla at y'all.